Hi everyone, this is Ask Lily, and welcome back to my channel. I want to thank everyone that took our time to watch my last video, and I really appreciate you for taking our time to watch it. And for those of you that subscribed, I really appreciate it. And I also want to implore that you should please like the video. When you like it, I understand YouTube, when a lot of people like it, YouTube will recommend it to people. So that way you're helping to spread the word, even to people that you don't even know, and also help me share. So thank you once again for taking our time to watch the previous video. And if you didn't, please go to Ask Lily and you're gonna see my other videos that I have. And then today we're gonna continue with the video like I promised. Today I'm gonna be talking about what to do as a parent when your child refuses to accept limits. Say for instance, your baby has been going to bed very late. It's been difficult to get him to go to sleep. He prefers to stay up to watch TV till very late into the night, or be on his tablet or running around doing whatever, but going to bed. Remember, it's your responsibility as a parent to train a child, to teach the child the things to do. They don't know. We need to teach them. So, and now you want to start teaching this baby, and the baby is having a pushback. The baby is crying, the baby is protesting, the baby is tantruming, the baby is not just having it because he wants to have it the way he has always had it. Yeah, it's not always easy. But is it possible? Is it doable? Yes, very doable. So, so let's take for instance the baby that you want to start working on having your child go to bed at a certain time of the day. So what we're gonna start with is, first of all, you have to be ready to follow through with whatever you are going to start. Because your child is not just gonna get up and follow you to the bedroom. He's gonna put up a fight because he wants it to be business as usual. He wants it to be the way he has always had it. He wouldn't want to change. So you have to be ready, you have to be available, you have to know that you have the time, that you have the energy to go with what it will take to come out on top, to for the child to finally comply. So I'm gonna use the instance of bedtime, having a set bedtime for your baby. Say for example, you decide, okay, 7 p.m. is gonna be the time, or 7:30, or 8 or 9, depending on the child's schedule, your schedule, whatever you want it to be. With knowing that the child needs to get a different, a definite number of hours of sleep. So whatever time you choose, because of when you know the child is going to be waking up, that's up to you. So let's, for example, you pick a time, and the first thing you're going to do is you have to start let your baby know that, oh, let's say you picked 8 o'clock. Johnny, you're going to be going to bed at 8. You have 10 more minutes to watch TV. 10 more minutes. You could get some visual, things that he can see, or he could hear, he could relate with. He could use a timer, depending on how big your child is. And you can also introduce it, if you haven't been using it, maybe use it for other ways so that you understand how it works. You could use a timer. You could use a big clock that shows, the hours and the minutes and all, just whatever he can see to relate to what you're trying to say. So you set the timer to 10 minutes, and then, you're busy doing what you're doing, or you're watching the TV together. And after some time, oh, Jenny, remember, you're going to be going to bed at 8 o'clock. You have 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes to watch TV. Then, after a little bit again, 5 more minutes. Then as it continues, just keep reminding him, we're going to be going to bed. Once it's 8, look, when the long hand is at 8 and the short hand is wherever, or the long hand is on 12 and the short hand is on 8, that's 8 o'clock. We're going to be going to bed. We're going to the bedroom to sleep. Or when the alarm goes off, or when the timer goes off, we're going to be going to sleep. So just whatever you're using, just keep reminding him, with it. And then 3 more minutes, you're gonna be going to bed. 3 more minutes, we're going to sleep. And then, you know, you when it's a minute, you let him know. And then when the time is up, the alarm goes off or the timer goes off or whatever you're using, you once you use that, gets to the time that you set for him, say, okay, Johnny, it's time to go to bed now. Bye bye TV. You get up, you switch off the TV. And I tell you, he is gonna have a fit. He will cry, he might kick you, he might fall on the floor. He's gonna carry on. He just doesn't want to go to bed because he wants things to be the way they've always been, business as usual. He wants to stay up and go to bed at his own terms. He wants to stay up and go to bed when he wants to go to bed. Because in the past, when you tell him to go to bed, he refuses. He cries, and then you stay. You say, okay, I'm sorry. It's okay. Mommy's gonna sit here with you. We're gonna watch TV together, okay? It's okay. That's fine. And then you stay, you watch TV until you fell asleep. Then you carry him to the bed. That's how it has always been. So today, now you're changing it up. You gotta be ready because he's not just going to accept it. So what do you do when he starts crying and screaming and falling on the floor and pushing and whatever he chooses to do? What you're gonna do is that you put up the TV and then you lead him to the bedroom. If he's protesting and falling, pull him back, he doesn't want to go, carry him to the bedroom and put him on the bed. He's gonna go down and want to go out back to the living room. If he can turn the knob of the doorknob, then I advise you just lock it so that even if he turns it, it's not gonna open. Then he goes to the door, he's screaming, he's crying, you just carry him up again, back to the bed. Jenny, it's time to sleep. We need to sleep. He goes back again, he's screaming, you carry him back up again. Johnny, it's time to sleep. That's why I said you have to be mentally ready, physically ready in everything, because it's gonna take, time. It's gonna really be not that easy. You might have to redirect him up to 20 times. He go back again. And remember, do not raise your voice. Don't get to the level, if he's crying and screaming, don't go, oh, Johnny, I've told you. No, don't let him wake you up. As he's crying, you're still going with your calm voice. Johnny, I told you, it's time to go to bed. We have to sleep. You pick him up again, you put him on the bed. We have to sleep. He screams, he gets down, he goes back to the door. You pick him up again, you put him on the bed. You go back and forth. He's a child. Along the line, he's going to get tired. He's going to scream. He might start screaming and maybe sit on the floor, crying. You keep carrying him back until he's tired. And then he stops. And then maybe falls asleep. And you could start it, gradually. If he does not want to stay on the bed and, he stops trying to get out of the room, just keep telling him, we're going to stay in the bedroom, we're going to sleep, we're going to stay in the bedroom, we're going to sleep. And then maybe he decided to sit in front of the door, just crying. You could, leave him after a little bit to just remind him again, or her again, that I'm using Johnny, so I'm going to say he, that it's, we need to sleep. It's time to sleep. And he keeps crying once in a while. We need to sleep. When no more TV is over, we're gonna sleep now. It's time to sleep. He might cry, and then start nodding his head because he's sleepy. And then you will not carry him and put him on the bed, and you go to sleep. And also, you could also, add on some things that might, make him forget about the TV. For example, if he normally drinks a bottle of milk before he goes to sleep, you have that prepared already. So, initially, definitely when you're offering it to him, when he's really so upset about the change, he would even want to look at you or consider your offer, But along the line, when he start getting tired after crying for quite a bit and doing the exercise of going to the door and coming back to the door, and then when he start coming down and he's still crying, you could offer him that the bottle again, and along the line he's going to accept it. And once he accepts it, as he's drinking it, believe me, he's going to very possibly fall asleep. So that's a win for you on that first day. He sleeps. The next day also, you continue the same thing, and it will become gradual. Before you know it, the protests will start reducing in intensity and in length, If before he was crying, screaming, falling to the floor, kicking, he might, it will start reducing. The intensity will start going down. Maybe he might cry, but not fall on the floor or kick. And you might carry him to the bedroom. He might just sit in front of the door and not even try to open the door to go out and just sit down there to cry. And then little by little, he'll start getting it. I tell you, he'll come to a point where the alarm goes off. He said, time to bed if he can talk. If he can't talk and you say it's time to bed, he gets up, he follows you. So that way you've been able to help that baby to, you know, be able to follow limits because you are able to follow through yourself. It's very important to follow through. Whatever you want to teach your baby, whatever new behavior you want to introduce, or whatever you want to also change, you should always be ready to follow through. Don't start when you are not ready to continue, because any form of giving up will amount to really giving up, because that child is going to capitalize on it. And if he cried for 50, 30 minutes the first day and then you gave up, the next day you want to continue, he's going to extend it to 15 minutes, because the last time he cried for 30, you gave up. So he will keep on crying with the hope that you're going to give up. And if you give up again, that will keep on making it more difficult for you to achieve the goal that you have. So always, one, make sure you're ready. You're ready physically, you're ready mentally, to start it. And then once you start, make sure you follow through. And when you follow through, the intensity of the protest, the length of the protest will decrease and um, gradually go away. And you'll be able to tuck that in as something that you have been able to achieve with your baby, and then move on to the new thing that you want to teach your baby. So I hope you found this very helpful. If you have questions, I really, really, really need you to please write questions for me in the chat box. Ask me the different questions that you want me to deal with so that I can handle them. I can use them to give you tips on what to do, on how to, help your baby, be who you want your baby to be. And on this note, I'm going to say thank you very much. And that will be it. So before I go, please subscribe, like my channel, and share. I have other ones that I also did in the past. Please, you could also go back and look at them. And I want to say thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye.